This is probably a bad idea. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have no idea why I want to put myself through this pain of listening to people say trade Chris Dunn, James Harden sucks, the sky is falling, the Clippers are terrible. I don't know why I want to do this. I don't know what I'm thinking here, but I guess it's happening. I need to get as low as possible before I start to climb out of this rut. Because I feel like I'm in one over the last couple of days. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the holidays. I've been in a bad place. The Clippers lose this game. I'm frustrated. People in here saying wild, stupid S, as always. I don't even know why I look at the chat sometimes with some of the people in here. I don't know if this is a good idea at all. I'm going to go over the film of the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds where the Clippers got 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. Got outscored 6-2 in the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Because you can look at the box score, you can look at the play-by-play and read that. But there's nothing like looking at the film. That's different. That's the moment of truth. Oh, and the Lakers are winning by 3. I don't know what I'm thinking doing this. I'm going to start by listening to Coach Lue postgame. And then we'll get to the film. I don't know if this is going to calm me or make me more upset. But the Clippers just lost a game they probably shouldn't have lost in a manner that has been pretty consistent. When they do lose games, they tend to end in a pattern like this, where they're not able to execute or get good shots off late. Here was Coach Lue post-game after they lost 93-92 to the Minnesota Timberwolves in excruciating fashion, where they had a lead, where they had their chances, where they probably should have won, even though for the most part it was an uphill battle. But after that 4-point shot from James Harden, I thought they're going to win the ballgame. Well, 4 minutes is a lot of time. It's a lot of time to only score 2 points. And yet that's what happened. They were up 90-87 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left and failed to execute. You know what? I'm going to start with the tape. And you guys tell me if this is working, if it's coming through clearly. I know I'm going to get copyright flagged for this. I don't care. I don't care. I'm having a bad day. Not because the Clippers have put me in this mood, but this type of loss, and really the chat saying some of the stuff they did, like trade Chris Dunn immediately after the game, that did tee me off. Something fierce. So let's start with this. Let's watch the tape together. I'm a madman. I don't know why I'm doing this. We'll start with the good. James Harden, step back, 4-point play. Oh, Terrence Mann comes up to the screen, gets the switch. He's got Nah on him. James Harden rolls in the scoop with the dribble drive between the legs to his right, step back, and Nah fouls him. What a felt like the Clippers had all the momentum. Felt like that would be the eventual turning point that would carry the Clippers to victory. Neil Alexander-Walker just couldn't help himself. Nobody can against James Harden in that shot. He's been doing it for 15 years. 4:10 left. Harden's about to make the free throw. Chat, we good with the volume? We good with the sound? Yes, people in here said trade done. Go look at the last video of the post game. So, I like this. Chris Dunn is now in the game. He came in for Terrence Mann. Why? Because he's the Clippers' best defender and has looked like a top 5 defender in the league so far this season. That was a 10-0 run by the Clippers in 2 minutes and 46 seconds to get them up by 3. They were down 7. They got up by 3 on a 10-0 run. Rudy Gobert sets the high screen for Anthony Edwards, who's going to try to snake the defense and now kicks it out. They throw it around the perimeter. Jaden McDaniels three-pointer off the mark. Who's got the ball? Chris Dunn makes a bad pass here. Did not see the defender in Ant waiting. This is a great play by Anthony Edwards. This is a Chris Dunn-like defensive play by Anthony Edwards, who gave him a taste of his own medicine here. Chris Dunn thought he had Kevin Porter Jr., who was looking at him wide open. Nope, taken away. Ant goes back the other way. 1-point game. That's one of their 3 turnovers. They're going to have more turnovers than points in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Let's try this again. Kevin Porter Jr. with the basketball. He's up against Nah. Clippers have Zubats, Harden, KPJ, Batum, Chris Dunn out there. Back top side. Beat to Zubats, I think, is going to set the screen. Does so. This is well defended here by Rudy Gobert. In the pick and roll, beats to Zubats, has 0 space. They collapse on him. James Harden's going to back up, get some separation on Jaden McDaniel. Get the shot to go up. Zubats tips it back out after the miss. Great play by Big Zoo. Kevin Porter Jr. now has it. Here's KPJ dribbling on the left side against Nah. A screen from Big Zoo. They trap him, which was unusual, but they recovered beautifully. And James Harden will gain the pass from KPJ now has it on the right wing. This is a well-contested step back over Jaden McDaniels. This is a tough shot. The last one, I didn't mind. This one, I didn't like. Maybe he was trying to draw the foul again. He just had success with that. It was against Neil Alexander-Walker, a different player, but still, we get a timeout on the floor. Clippers still leading by 1, 3:05 left, 90-89 Clippers, as I have to go through the commercials here. This is the anatomy, or the autopsy, of how the Clippers only got 2 points in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds. We're going through this together in Clippers Talk After Dark here. Should I be doing this? No. Have I lost my mind? Affirmative. So, Minnesota, after the long delay here, is going to inbound the basketball. I don't know what they were setting, the clock or the shot clock. Took far too long. McDaniels into Ant, who has Chris Dunn on him, which is of note because that's going to change later in this fourth quarter, and I don't know why. Chat, is the sound coming through? Am I going to have to hear wild stuff like, was Ty Lue drunk? What was going on? I don't want to see that, Boonit. I'm not in the mood. Here's Ant with Chris Dunn on him. That's the matchup you want. He doesn't even want to try it against Chris Dunn. That's why he's on the floor. For everybody saying they should have left T-Man in, or they shouldn't have brought Dunn in because of what happened at the end with the rebound that was fumbled, which he created that rebound over Rudy Gobert. Like, Ant wants no part of him. It's unbelievable. The Clippers have the advantage now. And that's all created just from having Chris Dunn out there. But the reason I say he's on Ant for this possession, well, you'll see why in a little bit. Look at this defense by Batum on Julius Randle. Nothing. Has nothing above the right elbow. Cheating over is James Harden because McDaniels isn't really that much of a threat there. He just missed. KPJ comes over. Swipes to the basketball. Swipes down. He gets trapped. He spins into the double team. This is just brutal. Shot clock runs out. Shot clock violation. Beautiful, beautiful defense by the Clippers. But it all started like that because Ant wanted no part of Chris Dunn in that matchup. Just try to get to Julius Randle to create for himself. Wasn't happening. Clippers ball up 1, 90-89, 2:40 left. They have yet to score since the 4:10 mark with the 4-point play from James Harden. Here's Big Zoo, topside, dribble handoff to Harden, going to his left. Zoo's going to roll with him. This is well defended. Harden has to elect as Mike Conley disrupts Ivica Zubac here from getting down to the right block. Rudy Gobert, this is how good he is. He can, as a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, affect a shot like this while still affecting the roller in Ivica Zubac a little bit, but that is Mike Conley Jr. somehow getting in there. I want to see it one more time. This is their bread and butter, but it's tough against Rudy Gobert. I like the play. James Harden gets off a decent shot with the left hand, but it's long, and he has been struggling in that area so far this season. It is well long, trying to get that over the top of Rudy Gobert. Back to Minnesota, trailing by 1. Here's where things start to go awry for me. I guess I'll have to see it for a third time here. I don't hate the play. I don't. That's not a bad shot. So I'm counting 1 bad 3 so far on the right wing from James Harden in this sequence of events where things went horribly for the Clippers down the stretch to lose by 1. Why is KPJ now on Ant? What is happening here? How does this cross matchup happen? Chris Dunn, as the point of attack defender, just shut everything down that last play. Ant didn't even want to try him. Kevin Porter Jr., I get it. He's the closest defender there. Ant doesn't even have the basketball yet. Is there not a way that we can get Chris Dunn over and not get Kevin Porter Jr., who gets caught behind a screen here from Rudy Gobert and doesn't stay with the shooter? He just completely, it's like he is going there intentionally to get screened. I don't know what he's doing here. Why do we have to see this play for the 4th time? James, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The 15-second rewind is too much. But this is not how you want to set your defense. Gets to Gobert. I don't know what KPJ is doing here. Getting behind Rudy Gobert instead of going above the screener here against a shooter like Ant, who's at 41% coming into this game, I think, from 3. This is just, he's stuck. 3-pointer, bucket. Clippers down 2. Ugh. I want to see who Chris Dunn ends up on here. McDaniels. They're getting everything they want here on the right wing. Everything they want. This is just painful. And it's not the last time KPJ gets matched up against Ant. 92-90, now the Clippers are down by 2. 2:14 left. Get to Big Zoo. We're in the same thing. Here's James Harden. This time McDaniels cuts him off, makes him go back out. Zoo's going to reset the screen here. Slips it. This is a pocket that James Harden makes, I think, a brilliant pass to Ivica Zubac in. Yeah, he goes over the top. They had their hands low. He goes over the top. Ivica Zubac here has Mike Conley on him currently. This is a great decision. Now, could he have forced something? Maybe. Maybe he could have, but Rudy Gobert recovered really well to get back. And Ivica Zubac in the short roll, in the pocket, finds Chris Dunn in the far side corner. I don't hate this either. He's wide open. I know he went 0 of 2 from 3, including this missed shot that's coming up. And he has been struggling from the outside. But that's just a shot you have to take. And a pass I think you have to make in Ivica Zubac's case here. Mike Conley shows, then Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert's there. Get it out to Chris Dunn, far side corner, wide open 3-pointer, can't hit. Would have put the Clippers up by 1. Here we go again. KPJ on Ant. This is, to me, where things are falling apart. Little hesitation dribble, blows by him. Now you got Rudy Gobert rolling. Now you got problems. Ivica Zubac's in drop here did a great job, actually. So KPJ could recover. And does. But he's going to end up fouling. I don't even think that's terrible defense. Ant initiate the contact multiple times. But he's going to go to the free throw line now. They're lucky he misses one here. But Chris Dunn was brought into the game, I think, to guard Anthony Edwards. Not to be hidden in the corner against a non-3-point shooter, really, in McDaniels. McDaniels comes back out. Nah, back in. Anthony Edwards is going to hit the second here and put them up by 3. 93-90, 145 left. Again, the Clippers have not scored since the 4:10 mark. Here comes a timeout. Skip some commercials. Get back at it. Clippers get to advance into the front court. Nico Batum, the trigger man. 93-90. Clippers down by 3 after it looked like they were in control for a second, but their offense completely stalls out. Here's Ivica Zubac. So he was featured more than I thought initially in real time in the fourth quarter. He is being involved. Rudy Gobert on him. And gets it to James Harden on the right wing with Anthony Edwards on him. Edwards overreacts there. James Harden can go to his left. Ivica Zubac doesn't set the screen. Instead, he becomes the roller, but Rudy Gobert is there. How are you going to get the ball to him here? Instead, he goes cross-court to Kevin Porter Jr. KPJ has it. Neil Alexander-Walker reacts very well here. Very well. Watch this defensive effort by him as Ivica Zubac is going to get position for a second on Rudy Gobert. He wants the basketball. It's not going to happen. Rudy Gobert eventually pulled the chair out on him. KPJ slips, turns his ankle, falls out of bounds, turnover. At an inopportune time. Brutal. KPJ has to leave the ball game after this. Amir Coffey's going to come in. Rolls that left ankle. Multiple guys slipping on. Carlo Jimenez called it the slime. It looked like some Nickelodeon slime. The turf monster. Clippers got eaten up by it. Minnesota back with the basketball with a 3-point lead. Amir Coffey's in the ball game for KPJ. Here we go again. Ant and Rudy Gobert working some high pick and roll. Zubac comes up to hedge. They trap him. Amir Coffey and Ivica Zubac here have good position. Rudy Gobert dives to the basket, and Zubac recovers really well. He gets all the way back. Chris Dunn now chasing his man and Mike Conley ends up really being the guy that creates this sequence that leads to a turnover by Anthony Edwards. Boom, knocks it in, almost goes into the backcourt. Mike Conley has to save it there. Maybe we could watch that one more time. Mike Conley with the basketball, gives it up to Ant. Here comes Rudy Gobert. Look at Big Zoo and how he recovers quickly. Knocks it almost into the backcourt, Chris Dunn. Back to Anthony Edwards. There's 3 guys here. He loses the basketball, tries to recover it, and eventually knocks it out of bounds here. This was great defense by the Clippers. They get the 24-second violation on Julius Randle. They get this. Ivica Zubac swiped at it. Chris Dunn, though, initiating that sequence as the shot clock is starting to get lower, knocking that into the backcourt with 10 seconds on the shot clock, almost into the backcourt. To me, that's the play, and then the rear view contest from him. Kind of funneling Anthony Edwards towards Ivica Zubac to swipe down at the basketball. Great defense. Clippers down 3, 109 left. They still haven't scored. They haven't scored in the last 3 minutes since the 4:10 mark. Clippers back with the basketball. Harden crosses the midcourt line, gets a screen from Nico Batum. Now he has the mismatch. He's got Julius Randle on him, but he loses the ball right away. So it kind of negates the mismatch. He still likes it. This is the one-on-one you want. The Clippers have the clear out here. There's a driving lane. Harden goes by, snatches it back. Three-pointer, short. Ivica Zubac tips it in. Look at this battle underneath. Ivica Zubac had a heck of a game. And should have gotten the basketball more, in my opinion. But I always say that. Look at that battle. Look at that box out by Big Zoo and Rudy Gobert. So, there's their final 2 points of the ball game right there. That's it. That's going to end up being the final score. Clippers are down 1. 50 seconds left. Plenty of time with, I believe, a timeout to get a stop, get the basketball back, and go for the win. Now, finally, with Amir Coffey back out there, Chris Dunn is back on Anthony Edwards instead of KPJ, who unfortunately left the game, turned that left ankle. They're going to try to get the switch here, but you want Nico Batum on him? Okay. This is the beauty of the Clippers and their perimeter defenders and the amount of length they have on the floor. If you get the switch, great. You still have Nico on Anthony Edwards. So now they're trying to get somebody else up here. It's going to be Mike Conley. So he feigns the screen. He doesn't use it. And Anthony Edwards is going to drive to his left here. It looked like they were just trying to fake him out, then say, okay, we're going to try to get Amir Coffey in the matchup and get Chris Dunn off of him. He's explosive. He gets downhill to his left, gets underneath the basket, almost tried the reverse kick out. Neil Alexander-Walker, he misses it. Look at Chris Dunn. Look at this. He's battling with Rudy Gobert for this board. I can't say enough about how he high points the basketball here. And yet people are actually giving him grief for this insane effort with 30.6 seconds left, as it looks like the Clippers are about to get the basketball with plenty of time to go for the win down 1. Unfortunately, tragedy ensues. He tips it. He's falling down. He never gets control of it. He's going to lose it to Mike Conley here with 26 seconds left. I don't know if it was the turf monster. I got to see it again. Look at that. But he never had control. Minnesota back with the basketball. Now, there is about 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds between the game clock at 21.5 and the shot clock at 18 seconds. So the Clippers still have a chance for another stop, but it's starting to get iffy because if they use up the entire shot clock and then put up a shot, by the time it hits the rim, goes up in the air, if they don't make it, you might have less than a second left when you get the rebound and call a timeout. At some point here, I think you have to foul. Now, you can make the argument the Clippers have caused so many turnovers. You got Chris Dunn on Anthony Edwards. You like your matchups. Play it straight up. But again, there's about a little over 3-second difference with the game clock on top of the shot clock. You're down by 1. They are going to use up as much of the clock as possible. Now, Julius Randle, I don't even know what he's thinking with this pump fake because you don't want to take that 3 there. Could Zoo have fouled Julius Randle and put him at the line with 10 seconds left? Yeah, maybe. Let's say he takes him off the dribble. Goes into a crowd. Batum steps up. He's got Rudy Gobert underneath the basket. He's got 3 guys surrounding him. Instead turns, kicks out to Mike Conley. Mike Conley, with 3.2 seconds left here on the shot clock, probably could have used more time. He gets this shot off. Nobody's even close enough to him to foul if they wanted to with that kick out. Now the ball bounces up. You got Chris Dunn, Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert here underneath the basket, and Nico Batum a little bit further away. Bounces again. Plinko chip bounces off the top of the backboard. Of course, Anthony Edwards with the hops gets to it first. 3.3 seconds left. Ant has a chance to put him up by 3. He can't tip it in. Nico has better position. Chris Dunn is hidden in here between Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert on the left block. He's battling for it. Rudy comes up with it. There's 2 seconds left, and Rudy Gobert has the basketball, and Chris Dunn is right next to him. At this point, you have to foul. You have to foul. You're not ripping the basketball away. You're not waiting for another miss. That's going to run the clock out. You have to foul. And guess what? The guy you would want at the free throw line currently has the basketball. Rudy backs up, kicks it out. Game over. Pain, said Mr. T in Rocky 3. In real time, Chris Dunn is holding his hands up here like he doesn't want to foul almost. Like, I didn't foul on this rebound. Don't call it. I don't understand what's happening here. You have to foul at this point. It could have been Ant. It had to be Rudy Gobert. And they don't do it. Game over. That's one we're not going to forget. Clipper Nation, I'll check out the comment section now. I don't think the Dunn slip was the dagger. You could still just foul. You could have fouled Julius Randle earlier. What's Julius Randle shooting at the free throw line here? I want to see this. I need to know. What's Julius Randle shooting at the charity stripe? Because they had plenty of time to foul him. Okay, he's at 80%. You don't love that. But even if he hits both, you're down 3. What's Rudy Gobert shooting? Who just missed 2, by the way, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Let's see what he's at. Guessing it's going to be lower than 80%. Damn. He's at 80.3%. I don't care. That's still probably the guy you want who had just missed. The hell is he at 80% from the free throw line? What does he normally shoot there? Yeah. He's a 64% career free throw shooter. That's the guy I want. He had the basketball with 2 seconds left. Foul him. Maybe you only get a second and a half. Maybe you only get a second, but that's still enough time. After a timeout, advance the ball, get a shot off. Whether you need a 3 to tie or just a 2 to go for the win, there are multiple avenues to win that ball game. And the Clippers couldn't find either. They were in the suicide lane. Fouling Randle could have been a thing. I don't know why Chris Dunn is holding his hands up like, I'm not fouling at the end with Rudy Gobert right next to him. And I don't know why. Ugh. That's as frustrating of a loss as you can have. Because you made too many mistakes down the stretch and scored 2 points in the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds, and they happened on a tip-in from Ivica Zubac. Let's see. We Roland said, tough. Worst time for mistakes. It happens sometimes. We beat ourselves. Let's try to get to 2-2 at home. We shouldn't even be in a close game with the Wolves Wednesday. We'll get our get back. The Wolves are good. I told everybody heading into this game, including Jay, who said the Wolves are terrible. The Wolves are better than their record. They've lost a lot of close games. They've had opportunities to have a much better record than they currently do. I did not underestimate them. And I knew after Ant called them soft, and I'll look for post-game audio from Anthony Edwards and whoever else we can get. After he called them soft, I knew this was going to happen. They were going to have a much more spirited effort and look like defensively the team they were last season. And they were. They met the Clippers' defensive intensity. They caused turnovers. They got into the Clippers' airspace. They didn't own their space well enough against Minnesota, and they have the defenders to do so. Clippers ended up with 15 turnovers on this one. Let me see what else we got here. I want to check the official box score post game. I'm seeing one that says 15 turnovers. I feel like that's light. No, it was 15, leading to 16 points. The Clippers got 22 turnovers by Minnesota, though. The Clippers got up 9 more shots than Minnesota. But the Timberwolves hit 5 more threes, so that makes up for it. They also had 6 more free throws made. That changes the equation a bit. Points in the paint, 42 the Clippers, 30 Minnesota. Second chance points, 13 Clippers, 12 Minnesota. Fast break points, 16 Clippers, 6 Minnesota. They won in so many categories, but the three-point shooting is a great equalizer, and the Timberwolves were 15 of 39, the Clippers 10 of 31. And those 3 misses by James Harden after the 4-point play were tough. A couple of them were. One of them, he got the separation. It's not a terrible shot. He had been shooting, I think, 41% from 3 heading into this game and just had a 4-point play. He had 20 and 11. But what I can't understand for the life of me is Ivica Zubac getting 9 shots up. I don't know what it's going to take. He looked, in fact, if I can find this play, I'm going to try to find it because I've been talking about it way too much not to find it. The move he put on Rudy Gobert, a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year winner, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year winner, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the third quarter. I cannot believe. I mean, I can. It's Big Zoo. I'm a big fan. But he had him in hell. This looked like, I'm not kidding. People aren't going to like this. This looked like some Hakeem footwork to a right-handed hook shot by Ivica Zubac at the end of the third quarter. Let me see if I can find it here. Do I need to go a little bit earlier or a little bit later? This move by Big Zoo is eye-opening. But he's been doing it all season. Just give him the ball a little bit. Just make him feel involved. I don't know how he was 8 for 9 when he never got a consistent stretch of touching the basketball, honestly. That is really hard to do, to stay in rhythm like that. Even though he wasn't getting consistent touches. It's at the 317 mark. I got it right here. Ain't no thing. I got it right here. He abuses Rudy Gobert on this play. It is disgusting what Big Zoo did to him. If I can pull this up and make sure it is the right play. It's at the 317 mark. So after a timeout. So this was a play for Ivica Zubac, I believe on the right block against Rudy Gobert. Zoo haters in shambles. James Harden, right elbow, bounce pass, Big Zoo comes over. Look at that! Cooked! Oh my goodness! The head fakes, the shoulder fakes. Holding on to that left pivot foot. Oh, off the glass on Rudy Gobert like that. One more time for good measure. For good Zoo play. For Big Zoo. Look at this man. Look at him. Look at him. He had him fake so hard, he probably didn't have to go back to the right. Rudy Gobert had stayed there. That's how badly he was faked out of his shoes. Watch this. Back to his right. Now he's going to his left. Back to his right. Look at this. Look at this. He's cooked so bad. Zoo didn't have to go back to his right here. But he does and gets it to go. Oh, I love that play. I'd love it more if he got a few more touches like that. Yeah, there were a lot of botched fast break plays. We could watch those earlier in the fourth quarter. Do you guys want to see those? Might as well at this point. 2 from Terrence Mann, 1 from Jordan Miller, who wasn't exactly, I'm not going to say invisible, but wasn't exactly featured. I thought he might get a little run going that could have been impactful. Jordan Miller in the ball game. I was hoping for that in a low scoring game like this. You get one run together. Can OKC just beat the Lakers for me? No, because Austin Reeves is going to get an and one here. I need you guys to give Big Zoo a little bit of love. Just a little bit of love. Just a little bit. A little bit. But let's watch some of that fourth quarter because yeah, it was disappointing. Missed opportunities in transition typically come back to haunt you. They still were much better in fast break points, but it could have been more. It should have been more. It has to be more. When it's difficult to score in the half court on this team, you got to get the easy ones to go. Now, some of this is Naz Reid and some really good defense, but the Clippers had an opportunity here. So Jordan Miller gets fouled to start the fourth quarter and misses one. Did he end up missing both? Don't do this to me, Jordan. Please don't miss both. Okay, you got the second one, right? Things are looking up. Clippers have it to within 3. The backups are going to look like they're about to put in some big work here, and they did. I like this lineup with Mo Bamba, Jordan Miller, Terrence Mann, KPJ, and Nico Batum. Look at the defense there by KPJ. Look at this. Look at this play for Jordan Miller to have an opportunity in transition, but they have a 2-on-1 and they blow it. Look at the low man work here by Kevin Porter Jr. On Gobert comes up with a steal. They got a 2-on-1. Dante DiVincenzo. KPJ slows down though. He waits for his man Mike Conley. I guess he just assumed Jordan Miller was going to take this all the way. Jordan Miller might have assumed that KPJ was really going to attack this lane and keep running hard. Instead, he slows down. Mike Conley comes up. So now Jordan Miller has a tough Euro step to a layup. It's well defended there by Dante. Misses it. Oh, Clippers missed the tip in too. There's number 1. There's 2 more coming. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Terrence Mann with the tip. Knocks it away from Mike Conley. It's shades of the third quarter again, where the Clippers are just getting turnover after turnover on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Look at Terrence Mann. He gets beat initially, knocks the ball away. Batum throws it up ahead to him. He's got Jordan Miller on his left. Oh, takes it all the way and gets rejected on the rear view contest. Was that LeBron James or Naz Reid? I couldn't tell. And there's another one coming. I don't know if it's the very next possession. Dante, 3-pointer. Yeah, some miscommunication here. See, I can't help myself. I'm trying to look for these specific plays, but then I see something else. I'm like, oh, I got to watch this too. It's just high pick and roll. Jordan Miller. I mean, Mo's got to step up here. Jordan Miller could be, it's Rudy Gobert. It's hard to fight through that, but Mo's got to step up here. DiVincenzo already knocked down a bank shot as the shot clock was expiring off the backboard. A 3-pointer earlier. Let's see what we got here. KPJ, Jordan Miller to Mann, who has the mismatch, who can create some offense for themselves. See, this is the problem in the half court. Get it to a guy who can create a little bit. Mike Conley, well defended. He's got to force up a 3-pointer. That's off. Brutal. I think here comes the other steal with Terrence Mann getting rejected once again. DiVincenzo. Ooh, that was tough. What a block. Mo Bamba gets a little payback. Here's Terrence Mann, one-on-one, sidestepping and rejected again by Naz Reid on the rear view contest. He had Nah right there. This is painful because that's a great rejection by Mo Bamba. Great feed up ahead. Miller found Terrence Mann immediately. He wanted the foul, it looked like, but it wasn't going to happen. Did I share the screen with you guys? Oh, I didn't. Am I a dumbass for this? Yes. Yes, I am. I'll try to show it to you one more time. My bad. Completely. Start of the fourth quarter. We'll just go quickly through it here because it starts with Jordan Miller at the free throw line. Gets 1 of 2, and now the Clippers are going to get a steal. User error on my part. Forgot to share the screen this time. Here's the original one. Here's Jordan Miller. Look at that. Look at that from Kevin Porter Jr. Gets up to Jordan Miller, sidesteps, but KPJ doesn't run, doesn't crash the lane hard. I think Jordan Miller, it's a great defensive play by him, no doubt, on Rudy Gobert. But watch this. Jordan Miller is expecting him to run. You got a 2-on-1. KPJ, go! Go! And KPJ just thinks Jordan Miller is going to take this all the way by himself. So both guys a little bit indecisive here. And it ends up with a missed layup. Well defended by Dante DiVincenzo. Coming back the other way. Now we have Terrence Mann, who gets beat initially by Mike Conley. This is great defense and great effort and great energy and poor execution all at once by the Clippers. Look at this. Terrence Mann gets back, gets beat off the dribble, recovers, knocks it out of his hands. He thought there was a foul. Pass up ahead immediately from Batum to Terrence Mann. Thinks he has it, and Naz Reid with the rear view rejection. He had Jordan Miller running with him. He didn't even look his way. See, Jordan Miller runs this like he wanted KPJ to run it until Terrence Mann just completely committed to it. There's your second one. Here's a painful possession where the Clippers could do nothing. Everyone gets to try out and see if they can take their man off the dribble or not. Mike Conley, no, we don't like that. Okay, get Terrence Mann against Naz Reid. No, we don't like that. Give it to Mo Bamba. He'll try to dribble handoff, can't get it to him. Instead goes to Brandon Miller, Mike Conley. Shot clock's running down. That's a force, a three-pointer near side corner, nothing. Ugh. And now I think, is this the DiVincenzo three-pointer or the Clippers about to get out and run again with a Terrence Mann steal here? Mo Bamba block on DiVincenzo to Jordan Miller. Pass up ahead. Terrence Mann one-on-one with the defender. Side steps, and it gets recovered again by Naz Reid for the rear view rejection. Terrence Mann wanted the flat foul, but didn't look like there was one there. All right. Yeah. This is one of those nights. Sista One said back to DMPs for Jordan Miller once Norma's back. I hope not, but it looks that way. KPJ played really well. Earlier, I tweeted out, with this up and down play, I would play Jordan Miller over Kevin Porter Jr. at this point. But I get why you wouldn't completely. And KPJ, every time he has a really bad game or he has a bad quarter, he seems to bounce back. He seems to pull it together. I mean, he had 17. It was his Clippers high on 6 of 10 shooting. And figure it out. And make just enough good plays to stay in the rotation. But he did have 5 turnovers tonight. Some bad ones. And the one where he tweaks his ankle is just, what are you going to do? I don't know if anybody's going to talk about that surface there, the Green Monster, if that had anything to do with some of these mistakes. I don't know what it was. I don't want to blame it on that, the new floor, but at some of the most consequential times for the Clippers, they were slipping and falling all over the place. And KPJ looks to be hurt from it. Too much wax on the floor. Rock said, I can see why Terrence Mann took it himself. Jordan Miller was running hard with him until he saw that Terrence Mann was committed, and then he pulled up. All right, let's hear from Coach Lou postgame.
See, I guess we got to start with the end of that game's decision to try and play it out. What were you hoping your players would be able to do, and why didn't it quite work out for you guys there?
When?
just the last, I guess, 30 seconds or so, when there was a little bit of time between the shot clock and the game clock. And obviously, if a foul probably gives y'all a chance to get the ball again, didn't work out like that. Like, what were you hoping the players would execute there?
Exactly what we executed. To fire, get him to shoot the ball early, but we just secured a rebound. So once we didn't get the rebound, of course we knew the game was over. But I liked our defense all night. I liked what we did. I thought it was going to be hard for them to score on us, which it was, and we just didn't come up with the rebound to call the timeout to be down.
Okay, I don't get
Obviously,
this
if a
part.
foul
I don't get
probably
this
gives y'all
part.
a
I don't
chance to
get
get the
this
ball
part.
again, didn't work
I
out like
get they
that.
got
Like,
the
what were
stop.
you hoping the players would execute there?
Exactly what we executed. To fire, get him to shoot the ball early, but we just secured a rebound. So
They got them to miss the three. They did. They couldn't secure the rebound. I think it was McDaniels who missed the three. And then the rebound that he's talking about is the Chris Dunn one that he tried to tip to himself and fell over. Let's not go crazy about it because Chris Dunn had a bad moment. No, that was Nah who missed the three-pointer in the near side corner. He took it with 31 seconds left. Okay. There's still 26 seconds left when Mike Conley gets the ball from Chris Dunn after he slipped. The game's not over.
So once we didn't get the rebound, of course we knew the game was over. But
they're down one. There's 26 seconds left. I don't understand. Is he talking about the Chris Dunn rebound or the Rudy Gobert rebound late?
I liked our defense all night. I liked what we did. I thought it was going to be hard for them to score on us, which it was. And we just didn't come up with the rebound to call the timeout to be down one with the basketball. So, yeah, whatever.
All was not lost when Chris Dunn lost the basketball. People can say that was the dagger. They're down by one with 26 seconds left. They could have fouled when Julius Randle had the basketball. Put him at the line. Make him earn it. They could have fouled when Rudy Gobert had it with 2 seconds left. I don't get it.
Obviously, y'all down double digits multiple times. We're able to erase both of those double digit leads. What helped y'all get back into the game? And I guess we can just go with
keep
that.
fighting, keep competing like we always do. And, like I said, we got a resilient team. We're going to play hard to the end. I thought, the second half.
Someone's saying, Rock saying he's talking about the Ant rebound. But Ant puts it back up and misses. And Rudy Gobert comes down with it with 2 seconds left. You can foul Rudy Gobert. He is a 64% career free throw shooter. You have a timeout. He misses one. It's a 2-point game. You can take the 3 to win it. You can tie it with a 2. Like, I don't understand why they didn't foul. I don't.
Have, holding this team to 40 points in the second half was huge for us. And our coverage were good. I thought a few we got away with, one and burnt us.
I don't care if they look defeated after the Gobert rebound. There is 2 seconds left. Foul him. He's their worst free throw shooter. It's exactly what you want. This stuff happens all the time in games. There are way less miraculous comebacks than fouling Rudy Gobert with 2 seconds left, down one. You don't think you can find a way to win that game?
So we can't go under on the pick and roll when he made the 3. We went under a few other times that, that we shouldn't have. We got lucky, but just keep competing, keep scrapping, keep fighting like we was doing.
What was that last part?
And then when he made the 3, a few we got away with, one and burnt us on. We can't go under on the pick and roll.
Yeah, that pick and roll was the one with KPJ going under. And I mean going under the pick and roll. Like, it was like he was intentionally asking for Rudy Gobert to screen him. He conceded that so easily. I don't know what KPJ was thinking. Ant can hit from 3. He's shooting 40% from 3 so far this season.
In the second half was huge for us. And just, Our coverage were good. I thought a few we got away with. One and burnt us on. We can't go under on the pick and roll.
Not to mention, why is KPJ on Ant in that situation when Chris Dunn is on the floor?
When he made the three. We went away with one and burnt us on. We can't go under on the pick and roll when he made the three. We went on a few other times that, that we shouldn't have. We got lucky, but just keep competing, keep scrapping, keep fighting like we was doing. And then,
I'm sorry. Did Georgia Tech beat Georgia? On a side note, holy crap. Did they just knock them out of playoff contention? Is it over with 3 losses? Did they lose? Sorry, I'm just seeing these highlights now. That's pretty wild. Oh, they fumbled the football. Up 7, Georgia Tech. I'm sorry, this is news to me. Did this just happen? Was this earlier today? Was it during the Clippers game? Oh my God, what a tackle. But was he down? No, he wasn't. I didn't mean to go into a Georgia Tech thing. Oh, now we have a PI call. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Sorry, more Coach Lou.
offensively, just be able to make a few shots. I think we were.
Don't tell me Georgia won in 8 overtimes. Don't tell me that happened. Don't tell me that happened. Did that happen? Not that I really care. You guys know I'm a Oregon Ducks fan. How did Georgia Tech
21 for 46 in the paint. We didn't capitalize once we got into the paint.
21 of 46 in the paint, under 50% in the paint. Ooh.
So it made it hard for us.
Besides just the paint, I think you guys only scored once, the zoo hook, in the last 4 minutes of the game. What was the challenge scoring in particular, just in this game in general?
No, I thought we got some good shots that we didn't make. So you make some, you miss some, and I thought we got good shots. We just didn't complete it.
Yeah, I really think there was one bad 3 by James Harden that was really well contested, I think by McDaniels on the right wing that I pointed out earlier. We roll and said, nah, I get it. They just didn't think about it. Just 2 in the moment. Didn't think about it. Could have just kept it simple and won. That's what I'm saying. We beat ourselves. They forgot they could foul. It looked like they forgot they could foul Rudy Gobert late, if I'm being honest. I'm not saying this was a botch play like with the Chicago Bears or something, but it was not exactly perfect execution late. If I'm being completely honest about it. It wasn't. The Clippers had a chance there. I will take my chances with 1 timeout and Rudy Gobert at the free throw line with a minute or a second and a half or 2 seconds left. Down 1. There's a real good chance he's going to split those. And then a 3 wins it for you. And if you got a second and a half, that's plenty of time. I don't know about that one, Chief. Tom Van Dyke is saying Ty has to get the heat on this. No possible excuse to hope for a stop and 3-4 seconds left. Well, they did get the stop, and they got the rebound with 30 seconds left. But Chris Dunn couldn't hold on to it. Now, should he have been able to get the rebound? Don is in here again. He gets another timeout. I just came and talked to a guy like this. I don't have much patience left in me tonight. Let me see if I can get some post-game audio from Anthony Edwards or somebody else on the Clippers. I don't know if anybody else talked post-game after this one. It's just that's a real difficult way to lose a ball game. Let me see if we have any more post-game audio besides Coach Lou, which was brought to you by Hoop Chef. I'm guessing when I search on YouTube here, Anthony Edwards post-game, it's going to give me a ton of him calling out the team for being soft from the last game. I don't want that. I want the most recent. Here we go. Here's Anthony Edwards post-game. Oh, this was on the ESPN side.
Cassidy standing by with Anthony Edwards.
And what a scramble at the end there. How do you describe how you guys were able to pull off this win?
Just fighting, man. Fighting to the end. We've been struggling, man. So we just wanted to see this type of resistance tonight. They made it hard, man. They defense is they just scrambling all over the place, sending doubles all day. So it was kind of hard for us to find our offensive flow. But defensively,
I like hearing that. Guys attesting to how good that Clippers defense is.
man, I think we dominated the game.
Yeah, and look, the clutch time has been an issue, but you were very strong down the clutch. What was your mindset taking over down the stretch?
Man, I mean, I had a terrible game tonight, and I can't let that stop me from taking my shots in the fourth and willing us to a win. And even if I didn't shoot it, we got a good shot. And like I said, defensively, that's our identity, man, playing defense. So I feel like that's what we brought tonight. We brought defense.
Absolutely. You guys snap a 4-game losing streak, and this coming after you called out the connectivity of your group and also your own leadership. How do you feel like this win was a response to your rallying cry?
I liked it, man. Like I said, our identity is defense, and Jaden and Rudy played their ass off tonight defensively. Nikhil, Dante, Nas made big plays in the fourth quarter defensively. Even myself, man, Julius was low man early. Everybody played tough tonight, man. That's what we need. We're a defensive-minded team, and it can't change night in, night out.
Congrats on the win, man.
All right, I want to see if I can hear from Chris Finch post-game because I want to know their perspective on what the Clippers were up to that final possession, if they thought they were going to foul. I wonder if anybody asked that question. Here we go.
How important is it to just be able to finally get back in the win column?
No, it's huge, as you can imagine.
Don't care.
On offense right now. So
ask him about that.
Connectedness was something you're going to watch.
Ask him about the fourth.
25 of our 31 most part.
Ask him about the final
Tough
possession.
times. So,
down and block some layups so that we're in transition. Just those winning plays.
yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a game.
I know. It was huge.
Game turning block. Like the game had turned
Nas
against us,
Reed.
and he turned it back by getting those plays.
I don't need to hear about that.
Yeah.
Is no one going to ask him?
This play tonight was.
It's just the turnovers and things. What are you seeing there and in terms of unforced and
Yeah, I
don't
think
care.
Next action turnover stuff there. So need more structure.
And the foul, it never came.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Chris, that was a strange last possession, being ahead by one, and were you kind of waiting for them to foul? It never came, and you kept getting the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, great job on the boards to kind of seal that game. I thought maybe they were gonna try to trap and then foul. We did a good job of moving it when they did.
They thought they were going to do it. I did too.
I thought maybe they were gonna try to trap and then foul. We did a good job of moving it when they did try to put two on Ant.
Rudy played nearly 43 minutes.
Yep.
You guys were plus.
I need to hear
9
this
with him.
again.
Yeah, I mean, great job on the boards to kind of seal that game. I thought maybe they were gonna try to trap and then foul. We did a good job of moving it when they did try to put two on Ant.
Rudy played nearly 43 minutes.
Yep.
You guys were.
My guy Chris Finch just cut himself off there. I thought he was going to expand on that some more. Next question, basically. So I'm not the only one. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Coach Lou about it on Sunday. Maybe we can get a little more intel on what happened there. Tom Van Dyke said, I always defend Ty, but this one I can't get his back on. Wolves get the ball with 26 seconds left. Clippers down by 1. You start the foul game. I thought they would have fouled when Julius Randle had the basketball. In fact, I want to know what Julius Randle, I know he's shooting 80% so far this season at the free throw line. Where's he at career-wise, though? He's not going to be there career-wise. That's too high and unsustainable. It's a small sample so far. Where's he at career-wise? Because he had the ball in his hands for a while there. They had like 5 seconds where they easily could have fouled him. Julius Randle. All right, he shot 78% from the free throw line last year. 75% 2 years before that. So he is a career 75% free throw shooter. I don't care. At worst, he puts them up 3. The Clippers were not down 2. They were down 1. At worst, he hits both. Let's say you foul him with 8 seconds left. He puts them up 3. You get a 3-pointer off to tie the game. Am I the only one seeing this? There's a lot of blame to go around in this ball game, but the late game execution was not good enough. And if the Clippers just thought their defense was so good and the rebounding so good that eventually they'll get the stop and get the board, I don't know. That seems overly cocky to me. I don't love that. I'm telling you, I knew this question would be coming post game.
Puts the defense right where it needs to be. And then
Listen
when we
to
go,
this.
like,
Chris
they
Finch
can
being
read the
asked.
passing lane structure.
Strange last possession, being ahead by 1 and
Strange last possession being ahead by 1. The reporter's asking it.
were you kind of waiting for them to foul? It never came, and you kept getting the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, great job on the boards to kind of seal that game. I thought maybe they were gonna try to trap and then foul. We did a good job of moving it.
Me too.
Did try to trap and then foul. We did a good job of moving it when they did try to put 2. Try to trap and then foul. We did a good job of moving it when they did try to put 2 on Ant.
Rudy played nearly 43 minutes.
Yep.
What else do you need to hear? That's a botched final possession. Is that too harsh to say that's a botched final possession defensively by the Clippers? I understand they got the stop initially. They got him to take a 3 pretty early there. They had the board. But just because you lost the basketball after it felt like you were about to get it back with 30 seconds left doesn't mean you just pack it in and forget you can still foul. You're only down 1. I don't understand. I really don't. Rock said, if it makes us feel better, it's highly likely in Clippers fashion he misses both free throws and they still get the rebound. I agree with you, Tom. Like, I didn't understand it. At least, like, once it's under 10 seconds, I'm fouling. That's my thing. Okay, you had your chance to try to create a turnover. Now you got to foul. This is what happens in 99.9% of these situations. But it didn't happen tonight. Tonight was the 1 in 1,000 times that a team doesn't. Seriously, right? And I like my chances, even if they hit both. You give yourself at least 5 seconds with a timeout, advance the basketball, and you got 5 seconds to set up a play for a 3-pointer to tie the game to send it into overtime. I don't hate that scenario. I don't hate if they fouled Rudy Gobert with a 1.5 seconds left and he goes to the line and misses 1 of 2. That seems very plausible. He just missed 2. Now you guys are going doomer, catastrophizing. Rock said Mike Conley put back dunk after Randall misses 2. That's how the Clippers would lose. Y'all are sick. I'm not saying they gave it away, but they didn't put themselves in optimal situations to win at the end. I just don't get it. These games are too important. Just foul Rudy Gobert. Ant missed the tip in. Rudy gets it with 2 seconds left. I showed you the video. Foul him. Chris Dunn's right there, and he's got his hands up like he doesn't want to. I don't know. What? End of a road trip, and you got 1 foot out the door, and you just want to get back to into it, though? What just happened? Winnable game. Extremely winnable. At least the Lakers lost. I don't know. I really am perplexed and baffled by the end of that game. I really am. And I don't think enough people are talking about it. Like, I said right afterwards on Twitter, it kind of felt like the end of the Chicago Bears game. Now that's extreme. It's not wasn't that bad with them not fouling. But I said, thought I was watching the end of the Bears game kind of there. I rewatched the play. And I'm going, why not foul Gobert? He just missed two. It would be one thing if they didn't have a timeout to advance the ball and you're saying, okay, they foul Gobert. There's a second left. What's going to happen? You're going to have to go full court. They had a timeout. Even if there's only a second left when they call the foul on Rudy Gobert. I've seen the Derek Fisher shot with 0.4 seconds left. I've seen some things in my day. Extend the game. That was disappointing. I don't want to belabor it anymore than I already have. You can go back and I did the film breakdown early on. I don't know. Let me just check and see. I will bring you some good news at the end of this, courtesy of Patrick Beverly, one of my all-time favorite Clippers. But I am really stunned that they didn't try to keep the game going. Do what you can. Do everything you can to extend the game. Down one. You're down one. It's not insurmountable. It's right there. Yeah, the Bears coach got fired because they've had like 5 of these games in a row and he's incompetent. Comparing that to Coach Lou's career, why even bring that up, Tom? I guess you're kind of kidding because you put the wink out there, but it's like, my God, come on, man. They said on the broadcast Norm's hamstring was hurting. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, this is not good. You're not down 3. Even down 3, I would question that to some degree. Like, foul them. Extend the game. See if they miss a couple free throws and insanity ensues. Like, it can happen. You're down 1. At worst, you got a 3 to tie it. Maybe I need to shut up. Maybe you all are agreeing with that. I can't take this much further than I already have because it's just I'm gonna go back to the same thing. Why not? Why not foul? Why not foul? Way crazier things happen in the NBA nightly, certainly weekly, of teams winning games like that. I don't know, man. All right, here's some good news from Patrick Beverly talking about and giving an update. He's the new insider, I guess. Here's his update on Kawhi Leonard.
They're gonna be scary in the playoffs. I talked to Kawhi on the phone yesterday. He's healing up. He's healing up like a fucking machine. Claw. That's why I got him in my phone. Claw. The league stinks right now. Views are low. I agree. They are waiting on the claw. I say, tell my boy Jerm, I say, lock the fuck in. He said, I'm gonna get right. I'm on the way. Silent assassin. That's my dog.
I hope he takes his time coming back. As much as
they're gonna be scary in the playoffs.
This has me as hopeful as I've been in a while about Kawhi. It does. I don't know. Pat Bev is not a doctor. He's trying to be positive about his friend, but I'll take anything that I can get that is encouraging when it comes to Kawhi Leonard's injury. All right, Clippers next couple of games starting Sunday. They got a 4-game homestand back at Intuit Dome. They're taking on the Denver Nuggets Sunday night. Tip off at 7, pregame at 6. Then the Blazers on Tuesday. Then Minnesota on Wednesday on the second night of a back-to-back. So everyone's saying, oh, you can get your get back against Minnesota then. It's the second night of a back-to-back. It's going to be tough. Let me see if the Timberwolves are playing a game on Tuesday as well. They better be. Of course they're not. They will be ready and waiting for the Clippers. They will have the rest advantage at Intuit Dome on Wednesday night. So that's game 3 of the 4-game homestand, and then the Rockets on Sunday. 4 games, 7 days. 7 days. 1 back-to-back in there. Gotta go 2-2, as somebody else pointed out in the chat. Got to go 2-2. I thought they'd get greedy on this road trip. I'm not mad at you, Tom. I mean, you're kind of annoying sometimes, but I'm not mad. I'm mostly disappointed in myself, is all. And Terrence Mann, hey, he has had a rough start to this season. I thought he had some good moments in this game, but he has had a rough start to this season. There's no doubt about it, and I made the case that the day before he got taken out of the starting lineup, I said, "This is it. He better turn it around or he's gonna be taken out," and he was. So, when the evidence changes, I can change my mind too. Alright, hopefully Norm is back sooner than later. Sooner, like, Sunday night, because they could really use him against the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokic, but I will have a preview of that game coming up tomorrow. I think we've talked about this one extensively. Uh, there's nothing else to talk about. I had to get that off my chest. I was just floored by the Clippers not extending that game at the end. I don't know. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. I'm Adam Oslin. This has been another edition of Clippers Talk After Dark. If you need more, the live show directly after the Clippers lost to Minnesota 93-92 is in the live section here on the YouTube side.